manager knew the guys from Clean Bandit. You know Clean Bandit?
Yes.
So I played piano on that record.
No way!
The video is about to start. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. There we go!
Burbujita wants to say hi. Hi! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and today we have the deep pleasure to be here with someone that is very deep in my heart because I always play his music when I'm working in my hair salon. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Strong. Anthony Strong is a pianist, but overall a singer. He was born in London, and here he is. Welcome, Anthony, to Gustavo's World.
Thank you for having me, Gustavo.
Great. So, Anthony, are you excited about this interview? That's the first question.
Well, I'm sorry it took a while to get together because, you know, COVID and the pandemic I bought a house the end of last year.
Yes.
I've just been trying to decorate and get the rooms ready and make it my own, you know. So thank you for bearing with me. I'm sorry it took a while.
Oh, no, it's a pleasure. I mean, I'm so happy that this is finally happening. So the reason why I know you is because, you know, I don't sing as well as you, but, you know, I kind of, you know, howl once in a while. And I was looking for like a different version of For Once in My Life. And, you know, I heard there's millions of versions, right, in the internet. But then I ran upon yours, which is magnificent. And I think that's the beginning of your videos, right? Your first video or something?
Basically I did an album of my own songs as soon as I came out of music college, and on that record there was like a whole band, and one of the sax players on the record, his name is Matt, and he said to me, you know, I don't want to be a sax player when we leave music college next year. I want to be the guy in the suit who does all the business stuff, who's in the office, you know, making deals,
really?
Making things happen. And he said, I really like your album that you've just done. I know you put a lot of money into it, so I will manage you for free until you've sold all of these albums, and in the meantime we'll just see if we can make something happen. And so the Lovely EP was the first EP that I did with Matt Fripp as my manager, who's still with me now. And that whole EP and music video and we have 2 videos actually for that EP, Cheek to Cheek as well.
So, do you like music since you were a little child, or is something that came off later in life? How did that happen?
It was an addiction for me since I was about 2 years old. It really was. And
addiction?
It really was. Not in an unhealthy way at that age, but I just loved music. And if I was watching TV and there was a band, I'd be glued to the screen. If there was a little jazz band playing at an event, I wouldn't leave their side. You know, every single time when I was younger that there was music around me, I was just glued to that.
Oh, wow.
And I think that one of the first, there was a story that my mum used to tell about me being like 2 years old and playing on pots and pans as a drum.
I love
it. My parents, I think at the earliest opportunity, probably about 8 or 9, gave me drum lessons. And I was already studying clarinet because that was kind of the instrument that I was pushed into in school. And so drums and clarinet were my first 2 studies. And then sort of 14, we got a second-hand piano given to us by my grandparents, and I was just, you know, again, glued to that. Kept on with playing piano by ear, and then got into music college as a clarinetist, and then instantly switched to piano when I arrived there. And they said, do you want jazz lessons or do you want classical lessons? And I thought classical sounded like too much like hard work.
Right.
So, and I'm quite lazy, so I went for jazz. But yeah, I have no regrets because the harmony and the whole just style of jazz now, I just can't see myself doing anything different. You know, the only thing I might dip my toes a little more into in the future is film writing. I loved writing music for film, and I've done a couple of short films and a couple of bits of TV over the years.
What are the things that you can do musically? Because I would like to put this out there, because you're just not a singer or just a piano player. You do all the things. I mean, we heard you play the battery, the drums, the clarinets, the piano. You sing. What else are we missing?
That's about it for now. I mean,
okay. I mean, that's a lot.
I know. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a clarinetist anymore, and neither would I say I'm a.
You're so cute.
No. I mean, when you're working with professional musicians who've been playing for 20 years, and I played for 5
it's just
years,
silly.
There's no, you can't. I couldn't say I'm a drummer to my drummer. He would laugh, and as would I. But no, in terms of schooling, I mean, in London, it's a great city for music. It's kind of the capital of jazz in Europe, I'd say.
Wow, I didn't know this. Probably many of the viewers didn't either. So London is the capital of jazz in Europe.
I would say so. I mean, there's no signpost, but it feels that way, and I do travel quite a lot. And I kind of got more into music through that at the Royal Academy, the Junior Royal Academy, which is a Saturday school.
Oh, wow.
And that really kind of got me on the professional track, taking it seriously and practicing daily. And that was called the Purcell School of Music, which is a great school in northwest London. And then, I got into jazz piano there, had a great jazz piano teacher, and he kind of prepared me for my auditions for university. And then when I got to university, I remember the first lesson with my teacher, he said, "You are a professional today, like now. There's no messing around. Your reputation will count from now onwards." And it was a bit of a wake call. But and he was right, because I think the second week I was doing gigs when I went to music college and doing functions and events and things like this. So
why jazz? Why being British? So I think it's been answered, but just in case.
Being British is because I was born here.
Well, no, meaning like being British, because you could have gone into something else, another genre. That's what I mean.
I mean, it was a challenge for me, and at a time when, although I was quite young, I didn't find music very challenging. So I would hear a piece of Mozart or a pop song, bash out the chords to sort of any song that I could hear on the radio. A lot of those pop songs are very 1-4-5 based harmony. I mean, these days it's more 6-4-5-1, which is this.
Yes, it is exactly what it is.
But when there's only 4 chords to choose from, it's not much of a challenge. So when I heard my jazz teacher play like these crazy chords, I was like, what the heck is that? Yeah, I was a bit like a kid in a candy shop, just in awe and I want this, how do I get this sort of thing. So that's how it started to jazz me.
Where have you played? In which venues and, in which countries?
I mean, I've played all over, really. I think that we haven't played South America yet, and we haven't been to Australia. Only to the very north of Africa. So those are the 3 continents we haven't really been to, but I've done a lot in Europe, in sort of all the countries in Europe. Quite a bit in Russia and in China too.
In Russia too? I love Russia.
Yeah, and I've done a couple of tours of the States, very small tours, but I've done a couple of tours in America as well.
In which cities in America?
So I've been to New York a few times. I did the Playboy Jazz Festival in Hollywood. That was an incredible festival. And because it's a lot more trickier budget-wise and visa-wise in America, I have a band, 2 guys from New York who are amazing.
Chicago is a big jazz place, and I lived there for 5 years. I mean,
New Orleans, there's 2.
Oh yeah, New Orleans too.
Jazz places, yeah.
Next time you do this, you need to do videos there. But how do you get inspired to do these like wonderful versions? I mean, because I mean, do you hear the song and you're like, oh, it would sound so much better like this? Or
I never think it could sound better. I could think, hey, wouldn't it be interesting if this happens? You know?
Okay,
so
okay.
It's never from a competitive edge. But
of course not. Of course not. It's just
it's
like
always like, how can I put my stamp on this? And is it different enough? Or is this, you know? I love Puccini. I don't know if you listen to Puccini, Italian. But when I ask Spotify to play Puccini, the first track that always comes on is Nessun Dorma, right? Nessun Dorma. And it's great. It's the most famous Puccini, the most famous aria by Puccini. But I would never do a cover of that, you know, just because I'm like, it's so famous, it's so well known. I really have nothing to add to it, you know. When I hear a song, and I think the first thing that I think is it famous, but is it not too famous, you know? And I kind of felt like that a bit with
For Once in My Life.
It's
oh my god,
borrowed.
it's just like the best version ever so far. I mean, really. And I heard millions.
It's definitely borrowed, it has some ideas borrowed from Harry Connick Jr.'s version, that's undoubtable. But he did it with strings, and I do it with a more brass section. So. But if there's something fresh that I can bring to the table, and it's a song that I think people are going to enjoy, then I just dive into it, really.
I mean, there's so many great videos you have. Darn Hard, the For Once in My Life. I mean, so many. Like, the It's a Clear Day. Like, I mean, they're great.
Some of them are made by me and some of my team.
Yes.
But the best videos that I've done have been made with a director or a film team who come with ideas. And it's funny, actually, Matt, my manager, knew the guys from Clean Bandit. You know Clean Bandit?
Yes!
So I played piano on that record.
No way!
But before those guys became really big in music, they were making their own videos and just had millions and millions of views. So we asked them before they got super busy and super famous if they would make a couple of videos for me, and so they did Too Darn Hot, and they did all the clever little tricks and camera moves and CGI and all these very, very cool things. This is all Jack Patterson's idea from Clean Bandit, and very grateful to them for not just having me on the record, but also like doing my videos, because I think you're right, they're special videos. Really.
Wow! I didn't. You see? Oh my God! This is so much great information.
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. That's clicking on the little bell. Comment all you want. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like.
Don't forget to subscribe to grow the community.
And also, don't forget to follow our social media. And if you want to go ahead and share this video in all your platforms, share the love. Till next time!
Bye.